Hello, welcome to day 18 of our Freetreats, Freedom Retreat, which means we've got 4 more days together. So let's make the most of it. And the most common question I'm being asked these days, either by people here or people at home, is when are you coming back to the UK? And clearly I don't know, because I don't know what happens next with Corona. I don't know when the flights will start again. I don't know about the visa situation. There's nothing I know about how long I'm going to be here. And that's just one example of all of the uncertainty that we now are experiencing and sensing in our lives. Uncertainty about health and other people and economy and all the rest of it. And we can't change any of that. All we can change is our response to it. So all of that's happening on the outside, and we can only affect what's happening on the inside. One of the Buddhist teachings takes this to the extreme, where by the end of his life, the master, when asked to impart his wisdom, said, "I know nothing." That was the level of understanding that he had achieved. But we like to think, and especially our ego likes to think, that we've kind of got things nailed down, we've got things under control. We're going to be able to predict what's happening next. It gives us, our ego, a sense of power and security. But actually, we don't need to know to be happy. A baby has very limited understanding of what's happening around it, but it can be happy. Our ancestors didn't know which mushroom was going to kill them and which one was going to be good for them, which berry was safe to eat, which animal, which snake was poisonous and which wasn't. They learned all that as they went along. We have been evolving and gathering information as a species all of our lives, and yet still, as we see from this virus, we can be caught out. Natural disasters or pandemics change the rules, and we don't have the operating manual. We don't know, even the experts don't know exactly what to do in this situation. And so we can accept all of that. We have a choice. We fight it, we suffer with it, we struggle with it, but we accept it. And for our own sake, for my sake, for your sake, acceptance is going to put you in a stronger position to deal with whatever you have to deal with. So instead of, when somebody asks me when I'm coming back home, getting in a state about not knowing, about the uncertainty, about wondering where I'm going to stay and all that, I can just be curious. I don't know. It's okay. I'm still here, I'm still breathing. The sun's still shining. The plants are still growing as though everything was fine. So I can also accept. And I hope that you can accept too. So taking a cue from the plants, which grow here like wildfire. They have to come every day and hack down plants because they're just sprouting out of the ground. But let's think like a tree. So start by finding a nice spot to stand. Outdoors is great. Indoors, if you can't. Imagine you're planting your feet into the ground. You've got roots growing down into the ground. Your strong trunk, and then branches reaching up to the sky. All those leaves soaking up the sunlight, powering your systems like oxygen in our blood. helping you grow stronger and taller. And then feel a little bit of a breeze moving through your branches, moving you around a little bit as a tree. And now the wind is getting stronger. It's pushing the tree, pushing your branches, pushing your leaves. You're bending and swaying with the wind, maybe with a big wind. And then it seems to drop. And you go back to your normal, stable state. And the tree is so good at that, eh? The more it bends, the stronger it can be. The more flexible it is, the longer it will survive. And secondly, let's think again that we're a tree and think about balance. I know you don't have to do this, but some of you may know this yoga position called tree and want to do some of that later. For all of us though, let's think about balance and just lift one foot off the floor so you can waggle it about, have all your weight in your other leg, and fall, and lift and fall. And each time you fall, you're relinquishing control. We're surrendering to gravity, we're accepting the wobble, we're giving up the idea of being perfect and being in control. So falling is actually a really good exercise. You just spend 5 minutes just falling like this. Do it with your kids, they'll enjoy watching you. Being a falling fool. Yeah. And then recover, go wobbly and then somehow get your balance back. And realize how we can do that too. We course correct all the time. We wobble all the time, mentally and physically. And we get our balance back. So there's a lot we can learn from trees, eh? The more rigid we are, the more likely we are to get blown over in the storm. So we could learn from the tree and learn to be flexible and go with the flow, to not be in control of everything, to take all the joy and the energy from the sky and all the nutrients from our roots and the earth, to accept the seasons, to accept the things that happen, and still put our energy into growing and helping the other trees near us. Because as I'm sure you've heard, they now realize there's a whole communication system between those trees. And the tree with more light is creating more energy to give to the tree with less light. Like our communities are doing now. The stronger helping the more vulnerable. So when you're struggling with uncertainty, today or any day, think tree. Namaste.